Check, check, check. 1 2 1 2. Check, check, check. 1 2 1 2. How's it going, everyone? Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Been a good little minute. Trying to finish these classes up. I've been really slacking this semester. Uh, I'll really have to put the pedal to the metal these last 2 weeks. But it most likely is going to end up me being another semester. So it won't be in 6 months. It'll be in a year. But that's okay. That's okay. That's all right. That's all right. Okay. Let's get started here. Let me pull up Notion. Let's pull up Notion here. Present. Share screen. Entire screen. Can we use system audio now? Maybe. Access denied. Okay. Let's try that again. Okay, we'll just do it without audio. All right. Okay, so this is Notion. It's a note-taking application, Fancy Sminty. We get it for free through the school. I thought we get unlimited AI. We do not. I think we get 50 requests per month, which is sad, but whatever. It's not that big of a deal because we have OpenAI ourselves. Okay, and we also have LogSeek here. So LogSeek is what we normally use for our note-taking application. But after, the problem with LogSeek is that if you want to make something searchable or queryable, if you want to add tags or properties, you can do that. And also namespace, you can do that. It's kind of a pain in the butt to do, and the querying language in LogSeek has quite the learning curve, and I'm just not interested in learning. Um, so I look for alternatives. I'm not going to stop using LogSeek, but hold on. I'm only going to use LogSeek for like short term, not short term, but short form writing, note taking, and AnyType, which is almost identical to Notion. The only difference is, or the primary difference is that Notion is cloud based and AnyType is offline or local first based. Pretty much have the exact same features. Notion, of course, is a little bit more mature. What we're going to be doing, what we're going to be doing, we're going to be taking our Mid-Journey projects and creating a bot to import that um, into Notion because I am using that for my image post. Matter of fact, let me show you all that. This is AnyType. No, this is Notion. Okay. All right. So, and no, there's no naked women, even though you may think it is. So Mid-Journey, I've talked about Mid-Journey quite a few times on this channel. Mid-Journey is an AI or machine learning based image generation software, cloud based software. It's a large language model that runs on, you know, uh, proprietary server, and we query that model for images based on prompts. What I decided to do instead of having everything in folders is to put everything into a Notion database. Why would I do this over a folder? Because we can apply filters, we can apply tags, we can create types in Notion. We create we of course we have sorting, we have advanced filters, all things that we can do in database based note taking application like Notion or AnyType, um, those kind of programs where content block or node based note taking applications like Tana or um, LogSeek, You can do those things using queries, but again, there's an entire querying language with LogSeq, and I don't care to learn that. The reason why JDownloader just popped up uh, that download and it came up invalid. I am currently scraping Midjourney for images and prompts, and so yeah, that's how. Um, that's why that download came up. Not really download, but it scanned the URL, and Cloudflare blocks the actual image link. But there's ways of getting around that. But we're not doing that. Okay, but what I want to do, because I've downloaded, I want to say 60, 70,000 something projects. So the way I have this set up, um, let's see here. The way I have this set up, I have a bunch of stuff in here. In my completed projects folder, so you see at that number in the bottom left-hand corner, 13,859. These are only the completed ones. The completed folders have an image, a reference image, a link to the whoever made the original image in Midjourney, the image link. This link is going to be directed to the Weepy or the Webby, however you want to pronounce it, the Google image format that aims to replace JPEGs, PNGs, and GIFs or GIFs, however you want to say it. They weigh 10% ish, 5 to 10% of a normal JPEG or pixel based image. So it's a wonderful format. Now, if you want to download the image directly through Midjourney through their alpha site, it's not really alpha site anymore; it's basically the only site. You will download the PNG, which is, as you can see, what is this? Meg, 2.5 megs, almost no, 2.25 megs. So if we got the Weepy, it would only weigh 200K. So literally 10%, maybe even less than sometimes. That over the course of 20,000, 50,000, half a mil, 2 mil, 5 mil, hard drive space and image formats will become an issue. So eventually we will need to convert these PNGs into Weepies. We have a job URL file for the specific image that's been generated on Midjourney, and then of course we have the prompt itself. What we're going to do is we're going to scan all the folders in this directory, and of course we'll only make it single level. Actually, we could. No, we'll just make a single level. And what we'll do is we'll go through each one of these folders. We'll get the reference image. Well, we're going to create in Notion. We're going to create the post. We're going to create a new post. So we'll simulate as soon as we get down to the bottom here. Simulate creating this new button here. I don't know if there's a shortcut. I should probably look that up. Creating a new page or whatever. So if we create a new page, we already have the template in there. The name we don't care about. And of course, we'll probably use mouse click, hard-coded mouse click coordination. It's just the simplest thing to do. We could use image matching, but it's with nighttime, it could be an issue, and it's just easy to use absolute coordinates based on screen location. So we'll fill in all our data based on the information in files. We'll create the very first thing is we'll upload the image and then fill in the information. The tags and stuff we'll do at a later time. My original plan was to use AI to fill in that stuff, but we don't have unlimited AI prompts in Notion, so that's out. We would have to do that manually, and we're only going to do that for images that we care about. So most images will not have tag information because I'm not going to do everything manually. There's not enough time in the universe. Uh, the 13, let's say 14,000 project. Those are just the projects that have everything. I have another 80,000 that don't, and I have another 50,000 that's just only the prompts. Matter of fact, let me pull that up. I'm querying this stuff now. This is actually, I actually probably have to turn my time down because yeah, it's going too fast. I'm going to turn my time down. Which is not a problem. Not a problem. Not a problem. This is automated as well. And if you see anything inappropriate, it's through Midjourney. It's not my fault. Because Midjourney has pretty much put their hands and say, whatever you do, don't mention our name. Okay. So, and while I'm doing this and kind of like talking my way through it, if you have any bot requests, if you want a typing bot or you need me to tweak that typing bot, let me know. I don't have a problem doing it. If you have any questions, of course, always ask. If you have any comments, please already say. Please go ahead and like, and let's get started. So we're going to be using our favorite automation package or software package, and that is going to be WinAutomation Console. And I really hate how Microsoft butchered this software, the Power App Studio or Power App Desktop. They took away the XC exporting functionality, which I understand, right? If you want your software to be cloud-based or you want to use telemetry on the code, exporting your scripts and exporting as XCs is you'll just be shooting yourself in the foot. So I get it. Okay. I'm going to go to my scripts. We're going to go to the Midjourney. We'll create a Notion folder here. Okay. So the very first thing we want to do, we want to scan a, we'll say, given root folder for subfolders. There's many ways we can do this. We could just do a search for all text files and then just backtrack. But then, these are completed projects. We only really need to do that. We only need to do that if we or if we're doing tests for missing files. Anyways, so we're given a root folder. We want to scan all the subfolders. Okay. And then next thing we want to scan all subfolders for all files. We won't be doing any sort of exception handling. It's not really exception handling. We're not going to do any tests to see if actually, yes, we are. We are, because we actually need that information. We're not going to make it required. So let's say all the project files have a prompt, but let's say if they're missing like create a URL, right? If one of these project folders slipped through the cracks because these are already been cleaned, but if one or two or 5 or 10 has slipped through the cracks, I'm not going to make it to where, if it doesn't have like the create a URL, then the script is going to stop. I'm not going to do that. I do want to make a tag. No, we can make a property for a user. We can do that. Ooh, but then we have to, oh man, create a URL won't have the name. Create a URL will just have like user ID. Oh, we'll come back to that. Scan all subfolders for all files, and then let's see how we want to order this. So let's go in one of these project files. So the very first thing we want to do, matter of fact, I want to make sure when I upload a Webby file, one, can I drag and drop? Well, we won't be using drag and drop, so never mind. So we can again, we're going to be using mouse clicking based on coordinates. Since this script is going to require Notion to be in full screen. All right, so let's say requirements. We'll just do like a ghetto requirements doc. So we'll say require Notion desktop to always have focus and remain on top. Use mouse clicking based on screen coordinates. Let's see what else. The only thing I can think of right now. Okay. Now click in the, what are we calling this area? Again, this will be based on mouse coordinates. So we'll say click in the notes or the content area in Notion. To activate cursor. So that'll be the equivalent of doing this with the mouse click. And we know there's going to be forward, and then we can say image. We can type out the whole word if we want. We don't really need to, but we will. So click on the content area. Then we're going to say type /image. And that'll be a send keys command with hardware keystrokes. And then we're going to push, actually number 3 will be save all project text data into variables. And once we do that, then we'll click in the client area or the content area in Notion. Click save image, and then we're going to do like send keys to the project folder, or send keys of the project folder. And then once we send keys to the project folder, then we're going to, well, this is the tricky part. This is the tricky part. We might have to do a test. We'll have to do a test. Hold on, I just figured it out. Okay. Save all the content into variables. Matter of fact, let's just not number these because it's just going to be too much. We don't really need to number them anyways. We just need them in order. That's the thing I love about LogSeq, is numbering really doesn't matter when spacing is kind of like how you arrange things in a hierarchy. Numbers and bullet points don't really matter. It matters, but not really. Save all project data to variables, and let's say test for image files. And then this will be a WebP or a PNG, because those are the only 2 image files we have downloaded. And then we'll grab file name of image. So we'll do like a send keys command of the project directory, and then we'll do another send keys command of the image file, and then we'll press enter. Very first thing will be image, send keys of project folder, send keys of image file. After we're done with the image file, uploading the image file, and there'll only be one file, so it won't be multiple. I think we can't do all. Well, we can, but what I'm thinking, we can't load. We can't scan all the folders first and then do one by one, because I really want Notion to just be on the screen one time, right? I don't want there to be the back and forth. Let's see. So before we do any of this, before scanning, activate Notion desktop app window. Keep it focused, which is always on top. Okay. We could do this manually with like window top, but we won't need to. At least I don't think so. I don't want to scan. The problem is, if the script breaks, we have to start all over. That's the problem with this. Actually, no. We can create a text file in the project folder that says successfully imported. And we could do a test to see if when we do the initial scan, if that file exists. If that file exists, then we'll just go on to the next project folder. So scan a given root folder for all subfiles, scan all subfile, blah, blah, blah. Say project, and then see, okay, so test for successfully imported into Notion .text file. If exist, go on to next project folder. And if doesn't exist, then that's when we do the processing. All right, let's get started here. So we'll call this Notion importer. Okay. We'll do the usual wait 5 seconds to get our mouse and stuff ready. And we are going to be doing this on other computers. I might want to test on those computers, but no, because we just need to change the mouse coordinates. It's not that big of a deal. Yeah, that takes like, it literally takes 2 minutes to do. So I just want to get something up and running at this point. Okay, so we'll wait for 5 seconds. And then we'll add a comment. Wait 5 seconds to get ready. Okay. And let's activate window. Or let's say focus window. By window control, we'll say window text. And of course, this will be Notion. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. Okay. And this window right here. It says prompts. You know, okay, hold on. Let's figure out. Let's do this here. Let's see. Shortcut. Notion shortcut to create new page. Is there a shortcut? Control N. So if we go in Notion here, we'll delete this. Okay, Control N. Sure does. I don't like. Oh, hold on. See, the difference is this is two different sites. Didn't I say unpublish? Page we're no longer here. Yeah, we're not publishing this. One day, but not today. So how do I create a new let me delete these. Can I just do this and then this? Sure can. So Control N. Yeah, this is not the same. It's not what we want though. That's a generic page, and that is added. Not there. Not there. Okay. I don't know. Let's take a look at Notion shortcut keys. Because I think new template or new page, desktop app only, Control N. How do you add a new page? Is there a button? See, if there's a button, or if we can create a button, I think I saw that. Let's see here. So, or I don't think so, actually. A relation doesn't get us there. New template for prompts. Oh, no. I don't want a new template. Yeah, this is this is editing the template. I don't want to do that. Well, let's try to. Well, we know it's not Control N. What about Control M? No. What about, well, Control S and Control A? Those are the same. Well, let's just take a look at our Notion shortcuts and find out what we can. Okay, let's see here. New page, new Notion window. New page is nope. New link. New Notion tab. Copy page. Go back, forward. Does it have anything if I hover over this? No. Why does it keep showing this? Hold on a second. Does my template? Okay. That was so weird. I may have inadvertently yeah, I have to delete this because no. And if we do Control N just to make sure. Yeah. Doesn't save the page. Problem is that this is not our template. Add new template. No. We don't want to create a template. How do we create this? This is the problem. And keep on scroll. Hold on, let me see something here. If I were to do End. No, end doesn't work. Page down doesn't work. Wow. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, the problem with scrolling using the scroll down strategy is that the more prompts you get, the more posts you get, the more you have to scroll. And it's not scalable. And controlling is not going to work. Is there any options in our gallery view that we can use? If we did templates for prompts, no, that's the template. Layout, lock database, sub items to break large items into smaller, more manageable. No. Group? No, don't want to do any groups. That's group by if you want to do like Kanban boards or anything like that. Automations, no. The automation engine is not powerful at all either. Layouts, show open pages. Yep. Card preview. Card size. No. Properties. If we created a new property, is there one with a button? There's a button property. Let's see here. Button clicked. Add page to. Add page to prompts. The problem is that this is added to every single post. I don't know. Test button. Yeah, so every single one of these posts have a button. Now this will work if you have because if we could do like an absolute. Well, actually, no, because it's not exactly the same location. Right. So we did test button, created one page, and that's the effect that we want, but that location is not going to work. It's not going to work for us because it's going to be all the way at the bottom, like so. Yeah. Okay. Hermes, how's it going? We're using I don't know how you feel about database type PKMs. I know you like Logseq. I love Logseq too. But we're going to be using Anytype and Notion to a lesser degree for like a long form note taking. It's simply because it has better searching, filtering, and sorting. So let's get rid of this button. The button is doing what I want it to do, but it's not. That's not going to work. Add page to. What if we did? Yeah, we'll just delete the property. And Anytype is kind of like an offline version of Notion. So let's see, Notion shortcuts. Add page, Notion shortcut. Let's add new page. Add new page to the Notion. On top of your sidebar, click new. So when I click this, okay, never mind. That does do it. Okay, you can when you click the drop down. Okay, so that will work. That will work. Because we won't need to scan to the bottom. Oh, and it adds to the top here. Okay, so you can. Okay, so that solves that. You can click the one down here to add to the bottom, and then you can click the one, the new up here to add to the top. Okay, and it won't matter because all the sorting and the filtering and the searching is done after the fact, anyways. Okay, so let's do this again. It's called prompts. Okay, and focus. We'll say focus Notion desktop window. Make sure desired database is already selected. Meaning, when we come in here, it has to be on this page here. Can't be anything else. LXST, how's it going? Thank you. Appreciate it. We're just doing some Notion botting with our Midjourney assets. And then once we do that, once we import our projects into Notion, then that's when we can start scraping our prompts and then automating image generation using our bot in Discord, which we're already running today. We're actually running behind because Relax is a little slow this evening, but it's getting there. I'm almost part of the 25K club. Almost. I would like to be at 50K by end of next month. Actually, no, that's not really feasible. I'd say probably about at the end of June. Okay. So once Notion is focused, then we're going to click on new, the blue button in the top right corner to create a new post page. Okay. And so for this, again, we're using mouse coordinates. We are not doing image search. We could do image searching. It actually might be better we do image searching. But you know what? No. Let's see. Send mouse click. And we're going to go to our desktop. And we're going to hover our mouse over here, Control Shift to get those coordinates. Actually, I got to do this first. And then back here. Control Shift to grab those coordinates. Oh, come on. Let's cut the shit. Let me move you on over here. Just so I can grab these coordinates real quick. All right. So here. There we go. Grab those. And because I want to only do this once, meaning grab the coordinates. So let's say in our variables. So we're going to say, we're going to call this int new button x. Actually, x coordinate. Let me make sure my scraper hasn't crashed. It hasn't crashed. Wasn't that where I was already at? Hold on. Let me make sure. Okay, never mind. I'm tripping. Okay, let's put you up at the top here. And so once we have, oh crap, you only do that for image based, which makes sense. It makes sense. And it doesn't have a way of storing. You know what? That's fine. We keep these variables there, even though we're not going to use them. Okay. So once we click the new button here, once we click this new button, that brings up our post here and it activates the title. Okay, so we're going to make a note of that. Actually, let's finish this out. We're going to wait 100 milliseconds because we just don't want it to be super instantaneous. Focus window. Let's actually give this focus window. Let's give it 1 second. We'll give it 1 second because if you don't give away time, it may go too fast and it'll mess up your script. Click on the new button. Once new button is clicked, page is open, center view, and the title field has focus. And what that means is this field right here that has focus. Just fine. And we can't tab our way out of it because if we tab our way down to the content area, the problem with that is that we can't add any more tags because if we add more tags, that'll be more tabs and that'll break our script. So that's why we're going to be using mouse clicks here. So has focus. We will then click the content area of the page or of the new page to activate the content area. Okay. That'll be another send mouse click. Let's grab those coordinates really quick here. We'll put you on over here. We'll grab these coordinates. I want to say, let's make it safe. That will work there. Around here. So Control Shift. Ish. There we go. All right. That looks good. All right. And then we're going to wait a second. We're just going to wait 1 second because we don't want to go too fast. Start typing keys as soon as we mouse click because sometimes the mouse click will come after like the first 1 or 2 keys and that'll break your entire script. Can't do that. So we'll give it a second. I think 1 second is more than enough time. And then we'll adjust later on if we need to save ourselves, a lot of time because we are processing thousands of projects. So we'll penny pinch as much as possible. If we could get away with half a second or a quarter of a second or a third of a second, we will do it here. Okay. Once we activate the client area, so once we activate the content area, keep calling it the client area, content area of the new page, we will type /image /image. And we have to be careful on how we type this, because if it's typed too fast, like if you type the I immediately after the /, it may miss like the context menu, and that'll break the script. And we will type /image, and then press enter. Okay, so let's test that out real quick. So if we were to do image and then press enter. Oof. Hold on. I didn't expect that behavior. /image embed. Oh man. We will have to end up using image base searching after all, which is it's just fine. Which is fine. Upload file, and then that's when they bring up our open file dialog box. Okay. First things first. So to do the send keys for this, because we do want to be careful and not go too fast, we're going to do send keys, and we're just going to do the /. Actually, let's see here. I don't think they'll probably qualify for any. Okay, it won't. All right. So we'll say /, and we'll say, let's say 50 milliseconds. Send text hardware keystrokes. If you don't select this, it'll try to paste the keywords, and that won't work. Like I always use this on all my send keys to actually simulate someone typing versus someone pasting in the keys. Okay. Or in other words, it'll paste letter by letter at a certain interval, as where simulate hardware keystroke is simulating someone typing. If that makes any sense. Okay. So we're going to press, and I want to, again, make a note of this. Type /. And then we're going to create a new. I don't think we need a wait command. We don't need to wait a second or so. And then we're going to type image. We are going to have to be careful on how fast we type image, because sometimes the program just can't keep up. So let's make this 1/4 of a second between each keystroke. Yeah. Okay. And then type image to bring up the, no, type image, and then we're going to copy these again, Control-C, Control-V, and then press enter to to bring up the upload file command, or upload file I don't know, content resource in the content area of the new post. I'm just being thorough with my notes because I will forget it a week from now. Matter of fact, we're gonna do all of this. Actually, no, we'll leave it as is. We'll do like the regions and stuff once everything is done. Okay. And then, okay, we're going to copy We're going to put you here actually, and then we're going to copy this command. Type image. Wait, what am I doing wrong? Okay, never mind. I had the next one in there. Type image. Press enter. Select special key miscellaneous enter. We won't be waiting. We'll say 50 milliseconds, send hardware keystrokes. We're going to press enter, which will then bring up this sucker here. All right, so /image, press enter, and that'll bring up this. Okay. Let's say we'll call this the no. Let's do, once we activate, click on the new button. We'll call this region. I know we said we want to wait, but I don't want to. Create new. Yeah, create new post. Click on a new button, wait 5 seconds to get ready, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And we'll call this init Notion desktop app. Okay. And wait, what? Oh, didn't want to do that. Wrong button. Yep, here and here. And we'll zip that up. Create a new post. We'll press the enter key. We're going to wait 1 second. I don't think we'll need to wait a second, but I do want to give it time. So let's say, and I'll just show you here. If we do / image and then type, I want to give it 1 second to bring up this asset here, right? Just in case if it's laggy. If it takes more than 1 second, then we need to either restart the app or something, because it's not going hard. I don't mind 1 second, but I might actually cut that down to half a second or a quarter of a second. We'll see. Actually, we could probably get rid of that, and because we're doing image base, and we could just say wait until this image shows up. So, we're going to call this region upload image. Now, keep in mind, we haven't done any of, actually, we will have to scan for the directories first. Okay, that's a pain in the butt. Let's just get the post processing done, and then we'll deal with the files and stuff like that after, and then we'll loop it up, and then we should be done. Okay, region upload image. All right, so we're gonna do, let's see, move mouse to image, add forms, capture image, and we're gonna say around here. Somewhere around there, and we're going to say upload file button. Okay. And entire screen. We do want to optimize this a little bit, so we'll select a subregion. Get out the way. Oh, man. All right, let's move this one out the way. Move. Okay, let's do this again. Select subregion, and we're going to select, I want to say we're just going to select this entire region. We don't have to spend processing power on, actually, no. we're going to keep it the whole page because again, I'm running this on the virtual machines, not the virtual machines, RDPs on the other computers. And so the screen resolution is going to be radically different than what we have here. So when I run these scripts, I'm going to have to make changes to the mouse coordinates. It's not that big of a deal because it's not that many we have to change, but it's easier than doing um, uh, the image matching, because image matching is much more prone to failing than mouse coordinates. Okay. All right. So that's not done yet. New button X. Okay. So let's call this upload image coordinate X coordinate, and then Control C, Control V, and then we'll call this Y coordinates. Okay, that's done. We'll save. And what this does is, if I could pull it up here, it only needs to match the image one time. And so all the other iterations, no matter if it's 5 more iterations or 100 million more iterations, we won't need to do an image match every single iteration because, again, that's much, much more prone to failing. You see where it says location of image found down here? This is where we're going to put our variables. Let's get our X coordinate. So this way on the second iteration and onward, and that's my computer, my scraper hijacking my clipboard. That's why you saw something completely different there. I lost my train of thought. So on the second iteration on forward, it'll be a lot faster because now we don't have to do image matching or image searching. We could just do mouse coordinates from the first iteration run, which gets the coordinates of the image. Makes things a lot smoother or a lot less prone to errors. Okay, so move the mouse pointer on the center of the first blah, 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 blah. Okay. So we're going to say set the value for 0 for both of these. And if we're going to say if where's our conditional? Okay, so if core X coordinate equals 0, because we don't need to test X and Y. If X equals 0, then Y is also 0 because none of our buttons going to be in the top left-hand side of the screen. Top left-hand side of the screen is 0, 0, right? So we can safely assume that this upload file button will never be up here. If it is, something is very wrong. So if our X coordinate button or X coordinate variable equals 0, which means it's going to be our first iteration. So let's make a comment of that. If the X coordinate equals 0, that means we are in the very first iteration of our run, and therefore do image searching to grab coordinates. We can do this using config files and stuff like that. I'm not going to do that because it's just one iteration. We can use, we can save, we could say like after the first iteration of our very first run, grab the X, Y coordinates, put it into a text file, and then all of our other runs, which is only be specific to this screen resolution, because we are doing mouse clicking by coordinates, screen coordinates. We can just grab that configuration file and then place that into variables, but I won't do that. Okay. If it equals 0, so we're going to do this. We're going to put that there. Else we're just going to do a move mouse. Send a mouse click, move mouse, and this will be our X coordinate, and this will be our Y coordinate. Left click. We'll give it 100 milliseconds, 1/10 of a second before it clicks. You don't. It's not good practice to have it at 0 because sometimes the script moves faster than the operating system. I know that doesn't make any sense. So even though the script even though the script shouldn't fail in that scenario, sometimes it will. And again, if you're running this 100,000, 200,000, 12 million times, you want to cut out as many error or as many scenarios that can cause like a misclick or script is running too fast, sort of things. You want to kind of nip that in the bud, even if you have to wait, 1/10 of a second more. Which, in the scope of like 1 million projects, it adds up. But you want to be. I'd rather wait an extra 10 minutes or an extra 30 minutes for my run to finish, as opposed to having to start it all over again and then search through the files for this this file which has already been processed. Now that just takes a lot more time. Okay. All right. So if X coordinate blah blah blah, then we're going to do that. Do our mouse search, which saves it into our variables here, and then otherwise on our second run or higher, second iteration, excuse me, or higher, pull the coordinates from the variables. Okay. All right. All right. Once I think at this point, this is where we should start doing like the file stuff, because once we click here, now this is where we want to be. And this is where we type in the image file. Actually, we can just type in the entire file with the path. We don't have to do path first and then image. It'll save us some time. Again, it'll be like 2-3 seconds, but 2-3 seconds adds up over the course of a few 100,000 iterations. It's massive. Okay. All right, so let's do the file stuff. We'll come back to the image uploading stuff. All right, so very first thing we're going to do in the script, the very, 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 very first thing. Looking back at our notes, we're going to activate Notion. Actually, no, we're not. We're going to scan our folders, because then once Notion's activated, then we know we're done scanning the folders and everything like that, scanning the project folders. So input folder dialog, we'll say select root directory. We will not have an initial folder. We will keep this dialog folder on top because it is required. Store selected folder into, okay. So we'll say selected root folder. It's an actual object, so we can't prefix it with str. That'll be bad practice. Okay. So that's going to be here. Actually, we don't need the 5 seconds because we're starting the script off with a select folder dialog. So that doesn't continue until it's either canceled or it's pressed OK. All right. And let's just check the exceptions. We'll keep everything here. Exception handling rule. Cannot display, fail to display. If we press OK, we'll just do like all exceptions. There's no, object folder connect, or it'll give you like object isn't a object instance is a reference, or object reference is an instance, something like that. Blah blah blah. We'll run this action again. What worries me is that it's not under the exceptions, but that's okay because we're not going to screw this up anyways. But just as as a precaution. All right. So once we have our root directory selected, then we're going to get all the subfolders in a folder. And the folder is going to be selected root folder. All folders. We will not include subfolders because it's only going to be one level. We're not doing any backtracing with files, not on the script. And then we're going to call this, and it's going to store them in a list here. So we're going to prefix that variable with LST, as I do with all my list variables. So LST subfolders. Going to save that. And then all subfolders, we're going to grab all the files in all the subfolders. So our folder is going to be LST subfolders. Wait, grab files and folders. Hold on, not like that. We can't pass an object directly. So we're going to do a for each. So for each LST subfolders is already here. We're going to say current subfolder item. Now for every subfolder, we're going to grab all the files in every subfolder. And that's going to be current subfolder item. All the files. Again, this is single level, so no include subfolders. And then we're going to say LST subfiles. I spelled that wrong. LST. Yep. Subfiles. Once we have all of our files in each or in a given subfolder, now we want to test the folder or the files in that folder. We want to start initializing our variables. So let's just pull up one of these directories as a reference. So as you can see, we have the creator URL, image link, job URL, and prompt. So let's go ahead and create variables for all of these. So we'll call this creator URL, str creator URL. Okay. And this one is going to be image link, and this is for the Weepy file. So str image link. Not necessary, but some of these project folders have PNGs, and we will at some point we'll need to replace those PNGs with Weepies. Why not do that immediately? Because these PNGs are embedded with prompt data and everything like that, and I want to keep that. And also, I could probably buy like some external storage, and problem solved. We'll see. Okay, str image link, and then of course we have the job URL. Okay, and then of course we have the prompt file. So str prompt. All right, and we won't be uploading. You can't save image data. We'll just be uploading this directly. Okay. All right. All right. So, very first thing we want to do, the very first thing we're going to process is we're going to get all the text information first. So we're going to do a test to see if the file that we're currently processing is either an image file because we're not saving any image data into a variable. So we're just doing the text files. We're storing the text files or the contents of the text files in the variables. Jesus. Okay, so we're going to get the files in the folder LST subfiles, and we're going to do another for each loop. So every file in a given subfolder, and it's going to be LST subfiles. We're going to call this a current sub file item. And we're going to grab the file path part of current sub file item. So for every file in a subfolder, we're going to grab the path attributes, the root path, the directory, the file name, the extension, and the file name without the extension. This helps us being able to parse the parts of the file name without having to do it, advanced string manipulation and doing backtracking, not backtracking, escaping backslashes and regular expressions. That would be a pain in the butt, but that was once upon a time. Thank goodness. That's why another reason why I love Win Automation. It takes care of a lot of things. Okay. So we're going to grab all the file path attributes for every file that's being processed. Now we're going to do a test to see if the file that's currently being processed is an image file. So we're going to do a test to see if current file is an image file. And this would be Weepies or Webbies, however you want to say it. Weepies and PNGs. We don't have any JPEGs or GIFs, just Weepies and JPEGs, or Weepies and PNG, excuse me. Okay. All right. So how do we do that? If current subfolder item, oh no, excuse me, the file path is in different variables. So if file extension equals dot webp, we're going to hold on. How do I do this? Hold on. Wait a second. If it doesn't, okay, because we can't exit out this loop because we need the image file. Because if we exit out this loop, it's going to go to the next directory, and none of our projects will get processed. If it does not contain Weepy, and if it doesn't contain Weepy, then we also have to test it does contain a PNG. So we're going to test both of them. I know how we feel about nested ifs, but this isn't coding. In coding, it would be you really want to use like a switch statement. There are switch statements in Win Automation. I think there's a bug that causes them not to work right, but whatever. I don't care about I don't know, 100 nanosecond penalty. I don't care. Even if you multiply it by 1,000,000, it turns out to be an extra 5 to 10 minutes. I don't care. All right. Anyways, if the file extension of the current file being processed does not contain the file extension Weepy or Webby or PNG, then we will store. It will be one of these text files. Then we're going to get the name. Oh God, this is going to be a lot more than 2. Oh Jesus, this is going to be bad. Okay. Oh Jesus. Okay, that's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. All right. If the file name without extension, I mean we can do it with extension. With it doesn't really matter. Let's just say with. No, actually that's the wrong one. Do the full file name. If it is our prompt.txt file, we are going to copy, we're going to read in the contents. Read text from the file. And this is going to be our current subfile item. This is going to get ugly. We're going to read it as a single text value because it shouldn't have more than one prompt in there. And it'll be one line. What was that just closed? Uh-oh. Something just closed it on. Oh, never mind. Never mind. So if we look at the prompt file, why aren't we dragging and dropping? Oh man. Anywho, if you look at don't show your ass in front of these people. All right, it's only one line. Some prompts, even if it's a really long prompt and it looks like it spans multiple lines, it really is just one line. It's just word wrapped. So we don't need to scan multiple. It doesn't matter if even if it was multiple lines, we would just take that as a single text value because we're not interested in iterating over the lines of a text file, even if it was multiple lines, and it's not. Single text file will say file contents. We can keep that the same. How do I simplify this? Oh yeah. I could consolidate. That's another bug. That's a bona fide bug in Win Automation. So one of the things what you could do or what you should do in a programming environment to keep from having all these ifs, you would have let's see, it would be, let me just show you all here. I think it's if expression. Where is it? I think it's just probably just if. Default if blah 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 blah. So you would say if current file item equals, and then you would go in here. I'm actually thinking about not Win Automation. Automate. Automate has it where you would have like complex expressions where you would say like you would use like the binary characters where if it equals prompt or creator dot text or job URL dot text, blah blah blah, and then we would just it's the same command because it doesn't matter. We're doing the exact same command on all text files. It'd be so much simpler instead of splitting it up into 4 or 5 ifs, which is definitely problematic because there's a lot of code duplication. So file name equals prompt equals that. We're gonna read that into contents into not file contents. Actually, we have a variable for this. It's going to be our str prompt file. Actually, we would have to read them separately since we're putting them in different variables. Never mind. We could do this with a really long ternary operator, but again, this isn't programming per se. If it's prompt, then we'll put it into the str prompt variable, and then we'll just do some code duplication here. Why'd you do that? Control C, Control V, and then we're gonna do. Let's see, what's the next one? Creator URL, creator URL dot text, and be this variable here. Okay, and then Control C, Control V. Actually, that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So prompt creator. All right, and then image link dot text. Okay. grab this variable name here, and then we'll put that here. Next one, create an image link, create an image prompt, and then job URL. I think I have one more than I need. I sure do. That's okay. Job URL. Job URL, and then we'll put that here just to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, then our image file, we can get rid of this if here. It's a mess, but it'll work. All right. Does not contain Weebly. Does not contain PNG. Prompt creator image. Okay. So we'll put this into, we'll call this entire thing. Let's say or we'll say define properties, I guess. I don't know. We'll fix it later. Okay, so that's that. And then once that's done, do we need to reset anything? I don't think we need to reset because it'll just reinitialize. It'll reinitialize all these variables once we get down to this part. So that's not a problem. Meaning we don't need to put all 4 of these variables here and equal them back to 0. Or back to nothing, rather. I feel like I'm missing something. I really do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Well, we'll find out what's missing once we run it. Once we initialize our variables, I think that's when we're good. Oh no, we can't. We can't. Okay. What I was forgetting is that we have to focus window. Do we want to do that after? I mean, we don't have to initialize every single time. We'll try it this way. Let's see. Let's do this, and we'll put that into a region, and we'll call this file or folder/file processing. Wait a second. What did I do? What did I do? Region, define properties. Oh, wait, what? Jesus. I'm an idiot. Like 2 stages, like like the 12 stages of grief. It's like it's every time. Okay. This is the region. And then file folder/file processing. Okay. And then we can close that on up. Then we could press save. Okay. Let me see here. If I activate the notion, if I activate the notion desktop app first, I wouldn't need to reactivate it or refocus it again because we'll just be pressing new. How do we signal the end of post creation? And then we still have to deal with the okay. Let's do. I tell you what. Let's try it this way. We're gonna focus Notion desktop app first. Then we're going to wait a second. Actually, no, we don't need to wait a second because the file processing is happening on the back end, and that'll definitely take more than a second. So we don't need to wait there. We can delete that, wait there. Okay. Focus window, blah, blah, blah. Create new post. No. Okay, we know the new post algorithm stuff needs to go in here. So if once that's done, define the properties. Then we need to create our post right here. Create new post, click on new, blah, 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 blah. Click enter, bring up upload file, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Okay. We need to put give me a second, guys. I may have to no, it's not that bad. Give me a second. Okay. Create new post. Okay, here. That, right there. So once we initialize our variables, we need an else if. This is why we want to consolidate our if statements, because this is annoying. These two are annoying. And our fucking select doesn't work. God damn it. Fuck. I really need a select how can I do this without fucking it up? We can do an else if it doesn't matter because this is if it doesn't contain. But what if we'll have duplicate code again? Actually, wait, no. I think I could slide that here after because no matter what happens, we need to initialize our text variables, and then once that's done, we're gonna jump down here regardless because all these projects are supposed to have an image file. Oh, and we also have to test to see if there's no that should be the very first thing we should test. Okay. What's the name of that file again? Successfully imported. Okay. So very first thing we're going to test when we go into a directory. Very first thing. And this will be a separate if here. So if current subfile item, actually no. If current file name, we don't need to test the contents of it. If file name equals successfully imported into Notion.txt. Actually, do we need two loops? Because we're only testing that file once per iteration where we're supposed to be. Oh, God damn it. Could we file name equals, let me just put that in here. Nope. And they hijacked my clipboard again. I can fix that, but the having my RDP systems hijack my clipboard for the purpose of scraping, and I thought that I was going to see three naked women. I was like, oh no. Anyways, the my RDP systems hijacking my clipboard is the easiest way to scrape in this instance. There are other ways, but it's very error prone, and I spent enough time trying to figure that problem out. I'm not doing that again. Okay. If that, the problem with this is that it'll work, and then we'll do like exit loop here, so we can go to our. It'll go back up here for our next subfolder. Um, the problem with this is that this is just one folder at a time, or one file at a time. Excuse me, one sub file at a time. And let's say it would have to. We're testing this 5 times. We're testing this command 5 separate times versus once, which means we're wasting 4 cycles. And that is a problem if we're doing this. It doesn't scale. It'll oh man. It's the difference between, let's take a wild guess and say to process all of these folders, all 13,859 to be exact folders. Let's say it'll take 2 hours, right? To do everything we need. If we're wasting cycles on this could go up to 3 hours, maybe even 3.5. It's not a scale. I forgot what the big old. It's not, maybe not even that big. Let me not even exaggerate. If I remember correctly, iterations, and this is assuming that when automation, when they did the iteration, it follows traditional coding standards on how iteration should be done. And of course, we don't know because not open source. I believe it's squared. No, not squared. Shit. Um, Actually, it might be squared. Anyways, I don't want to bore y'all with the stupid the tech stuff. There's a big old notation to be able to calculate how much more this algorithm would take. This is why I'm trying to figure out like optimizations here. Okay. So actually, get files in subfolder. It would have to be in here. File name, get files, and folder. Actually, could we do, if this does, could we do like a set variable? Can we make this bool? If we did matching this file here, it's notion.txt. And if we get exception selected, folder does not exist, cannot retrieve list of files. What do we do if it's missing? If it's missing, then we continue on. But if it's not missing, we can't break out of this loop because that means the program will end. And before y'all say there is no continue here. Like a continue would solve this issue. We don't have a continue. There are labels, but labels don't work. And labels is terrible practice. That's going back to the basic days. So I may not have a choice here. I may not have a choice. Can we do a search on a list? Let's see here. Let's see. Reverse list, merge list, subtract list, create new list, clear, add item, remove, blah, 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 blah. We may have to iterate. Could we can convert the list into a variable by using merge list. No, that's not what I thought it would do. Remove duplicate, subtract. Let me just make sure I'm not blind as a badness here. Add item, clear, create new, sort, shuffle, reverse, remove duplicate. Not search. Find common. I think I might have to do 2 loops, guys. I don't think there's any way around it. This is the problem with using automation software. You don't have, it's not actual, it's programming, but not really. It's not that big of a deal since it's only 5 files. But it's just annoying. I won't be able to sleep easy tonight because of this. Okay. All right. So for each subfiles, blah, blah, blah. Yes, yes. Subfiles. Do that. We're going to need 2 loops. 2 of them. Okay. 2 of them it is. All right. So let's go ahead and copy this. Control C, Control V. And then copy the other end. Control C, Control V. And then from here, let's put that there. Let's comment this. And if we say, so this first loop is dedicated to determining, if that's the word, if it has already been processed. And yes, this is essential because we don't want to process the same project directory twice. That would just create duplicates and that would be a world of trouble. If file name, wait a second, subfiles, loop each contain. Yeah, this hurts. This hurts a lot. Oh my God, this hurts. Well, let's call this something else. Current subfile item to determine if project. This is terrible practice. If project has been processed. Terrible variable name. Okay. And then we're going to create our folder part, file part. I said copy and paste. And current subfile item. Am I confusing myself here? Get files, yes. Subfiles. And then, yep, here. And this really stupid long variable name. And then if file name equals successfully imported in a Notion, then blah. Then exit loop. If we exit this loop, then we're going to go back to this one. How do I test this? Well, fuck it. There's no unit test. No such thing as unit test here. Only maximum pain. Successfully imported into Notion. Uh-huh. File name, yes. Okay. I think we're good. Okay. And then let's create a second loop is to grab the values of the variables to insert into the properties of the new page or post. Okay. Because I know I'm going to look at this a week from now and I'm like, what the hell was I thinking? Why are there two for loops that essentially do the same thing? Then I'm going to remind myself that there's no way of getting around it in Win Automation. Okay, test to see if the image is blah, blah, blah. Okay. All right. Press enter to bring up the upload file content. Okay. So now we're at this point here. We're here. Okay. So now, once that's done, press enter and new. We do want to wait let's give it 1 second. We may have to go up to 2. We'll see. So what that means is that once we click on the upload file button, we want to give it 1 second for this dialog box to open. And then we're going to type mouse and keyboard, send keys. So send keys is going to be once all of this is initialized. Hold on, let me make sure. Let's keep everything on track. Job URL, click on the new button. Okay, click on the new button. I think we don't need timers on that because the text the text initializations is working in the background. Yes. And then press enter to bring up the. Wait a second. What? Type image. Press enter. Okay. Yeah. Press enter to bring this up. And then, where's my image stuff? Oh shit, where is it? Wait a second now. My X coordinate in the very first round, the grab coordinates. This is it. Sheesh. Create new post. Slide that there. Create new post and then upload image. And then the last thing here, click a second area, blah, blah, blah. Click left click. Second iteration, okay. Copy, and then we're going to click upload, upload image button. Same thing here. Okay. Once we click the upload image button, give it a second. Okay. And then send the following keystrokes. Okay. So we need a way of retrieving the image. Jesus. More duplicate code. Actually, we could do else if. If not that, then else if this and else if that. It'll go under the same if. Yeah, let's just do that. I'm annoyed already. Okay. So it'll be here. So else if file extension is dot weepy and one not don't you start else if file extension is png. Then we're going to it'll be the same command. We cannot come and why are we doing duplicate code? Because we cannot consolidate them, unfortunately, but whatever. Send the keystrokes, and that will be the current subfile item. And we'll make this 25. And actually, I should have just done this. File extension, weepy PNG. Okay. PNG, type. And then this is a mess. And we're just getting started. I don't think I'll need this anymore. Not there. File extension. I don't think we'll just disable this wait because this is where the loop goes into the next iteration. Upload image. Else if file extension. Wait a second. No. Okay. We can't duplicate all that code. We can't. Else if create new post. Creating a new post, we're going to create a new post regardless. So we need this to be here. And we want to say, now all of this is still on the same if. Else if we be. Can we? No, we can't break out the loop. Actually, no. If we break the loop, then it'll just go to the next folder. Why don't they have a continue button here? Yeah, that's going to be here regardless. Because this has to be done on every run. Not every iteration, but actually, no. Because this is still within the if. This region, this create new post needs to be outside of these ifs. So that was correct. Same thing with upload image. That's going to be done. It's only going to be done once per iteration. So actually, these will be done outside. This is actually, what is this if? So this if goes here. That's our check. So I want to say here, new post, upload image. Oh man. Else if. And we can't do a grid post there. Um, wait a second. Variables wouldn't be the same. Yeah, because that would be out of scope, so that wouldn't work. Could we do? Oh man, we could create a variable and store that value, and then store the image location. If it does not contain, it does not contain. Either does or well, no. Okay. So let's say let's create another variable, and we're going to call this str image path, or full image path. Okay. And then I want to say an else, but we're testing for two different files, not just one. So we can't do that. So this is definitely wrong, but it's okay. Send the following hardware keystrokes, blah, 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 blah. We'll get to that. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and put that down here. Click upload image button. All right, so regardless, we're going to wait 1 second. We're going to wait 1 second. And then we're going to send those keys. Current subvital item. Nope. It'll be str full image path. And then enter. Okay, special key, and the enter will kind of like it's when you click open. You can, this already has focus, and just prove that upload. See how the cursor is already blinking? So all you got to do is type it out and then press enter. You don't have to click any buttons there. Thank goodness. Okay, then we're going to press enter. Then press enter to upload image. We're going to wait 5 seconds because there are going to be some large images. Matter of fact, no, let's make it a full 10. I think 5 is good enough. You know what? No, let's make it 5 because that really does hurt. I think 5 is good. I actually think 3. Well, let's not cut it too thin. And no, if you upload an image and then if you click off the new post and then you select that post again, matter of fact, let's test that. Let's test this theory. Let's see here. So we go to upload file, and if we go here, hold on, let me see. And if we go here, I just want to test this real quick. And if we do, no, let's see. It's not always as fast. Sometimes it'll take a little bit. A little bit as in like 1 or 2 seconds. Actually, yeah, let's push it. We'll make it 3 seconds. Anything else is really pushing it. Because I think high time It's not quite that fast. Um, and give time for Notion to upload image. 3 seconds is really pushing it. Okay. Click upload image. Wait 1 second for 1 second for upload file dialog window to open. Okay. I think that's good. Press enter. I think that's good. Create new post. That's good. If it is a Weepy or a PNG, then we're going to take or copy or set this variable to full path, file name, directory. I think file name includes the entire path. I think. Into variable. Let me make sure. Previously defined text variable containing a file path to be used as a source. File name. Okay, so it's file path, not file name. Okay. Root path, directory, file name. Wait a second. Oh, never mind. That's for the input. Root path, directory, full name. Enter name the variable that contains the name of the source file that contains the directory. God damn it. Okay, we'll just do it manually. So we could do so it is directory and then backslash and then file name. Okay. Okay. Once we press enter, I want to make sure this is working so far. We're gonna copy some. Let's copy some of the project files. We're not gonna do them all, of course. That'll take way too long, and I want to make sure it works before we can get to that point. All right. So let's just copy a few here. Okay. All right. So we have some projects here. So you can see we have our images, we have our image, a reference image, and all the other stuff in here. Okay. Now, what happens? I guess we could just click off here. Let's add that. Define properties, in loop. Create new post, upload image. And then this is this is the end of the and of the subfolder for each loop. Onto the next iteration. Okay. Create new pose, focus window. Okay, first of all, I want to make sure this is working. Okay, let's go ahead and run this. Let me see where this folder is located. Pictures, new folder. Okay. All right, let's run it. Pictures. New folder. Okay. All right. All right, so 69, image not found. See, this is the problem. This is what I was afraid of. I forgot, I did also forget to, it actually went through those folders of files pretty quickly. Move mouse to image. All right, wait for image to appear. Send a left click after. Actually, yeah. Oh, it's just a move mouse command. I didn't even click anything. Have it set to click anything. Yeah, 1 second. Let's retry. It's very important. Okay. And keep in mind, we don't have it to where we set the set the text file. We'll get back to that later. I just want to make sure it works at this point. Okay, let's go again. Oh, hold on. Nope. Let's go again. I actually may need the 5 seconds. Okay. After we focus, after it's done doing all that, Notion desktop app. Upload image, create new post. It's focused. Where's the typing part? Desktop app. Okay. Define properties. / imagine new post. / imagine. / image. Click on the new button. This happens after define properties and everything. I think we won't need it. Actually, no, let's just keep it there. Give us a chance to get our hands off the mouse. Okay. Okay. Pictures. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, we need to move this. Okay. Define properties and loop. Create new post. Let's slide that right here. Wait a second. What? New post. Okay. Delete. Actually, we'll just do that and delete. Okay. All right. Here. All right. Yeah. The mouse click is too fast. Mouse click is way too fast. Okay. Create a new post. Wait 1 second. Click on a new button. Click on the, yep. That's a problem right here. It skipped the mouse click. Mouse click. Once we activate, type. Yes, yes. All right, let's go again. All right. There we go. Yep. There we go. All right. Now we know. All right. So it did what we wanted to do. It was almost right. So we know where we did wrong. Okay. So down here, define properties. For each. How did I get this wrong? Directory is right. File name is not right. Oof. Okay. We'll have to debug. All right, guys. I'm just going to end it here. We'll go over this tomorrow evening. 2 hours gone in a jiffy. We'll go over it tomorrow. We'll continue tomorrow. See you all then. Good night.